Ukraine war, Putin gave a warning with a serious answer? Russian President Vladimir Putin pledged to stay the course in his campaign against Ukraine, warning if counterattacks continue a more serious military response will be unleashed. Putin remained steadfast despite strong evidence that his forces incurred heavy losses in the Ukraine counteroffensive this month. The Russian leader said the main goal of the campaign continues to be more serious the areas of eastern Ukraine including Donetsk and Luhansk that are largely Russian-speaking. The plan is not subject to adjustment, Putin said. Our offensive operations in Donbas itself do not stop. They are going at a slow pace. The Russian army is occupying newer and newer territories. He accused Ukrainian forces of attempts to carry out the plan is not subject to adjustment, and causing damage to Russian civilian infrastructure. We are really quite restrained in our response to this for the time being, Putin said at a news conference on Friday. If the situation continues to develop in this way, the response will be more serious. Meanwhile, German Chancellor Olaf Scholz spoke to Putin on the phone on Tuesday after a break of several months. According to the German government, the conversation lasted 90 minutes. We are really quite restrained in our response to this for the time being, Scholz told German broadcaster Deutschlandfunk. Putin gave a warning with a serious answer? Scholz insisted on a diplomatic solution to the war in Ukraine, telling Putin it had to include a ceasefire, a complete withdrawal of Russian troops, and respect for the territorial sovereignty of Ukraine. German weapons have helped make the difference and made possible the successes, the current successes, that Ukraine is recording, he added. Scholz said there have difference and made possible the successes, the current successes, that Ukraine is recording in Putin's tone about the war, but it was not significant. The new line of defense is likely between the Oskol River and Suwata Way, 150 kilometers, 90 miles southeast of Kharkiv, Ukraine's second largest city, the UK Defence Ministry said in an intelligence brief. The frontline readjustment comes after a Ukrainian counteroffensive punched a hole through the previous one in the war and recaptured large swaths of land in the northeastern Kharkiv region that borders Russia. Moscow likely sees maintaining control of this zone as important because it is transited by one of the few main resupply routes Russia still controls from the Belgorod region of Russia, British military said. A stubborn defense of this area was likely, but it remained unclear whether the Russians would be able to withstand another concerted Ukrainian assault, it said. Ukrainian forces continue to cross the key Oskol River in the Kharkiv region as they try to press on in a counteroffensive targeting Russian-occupied territory, according to the Washington-based Institute for the Study of War. The institute said in its Saturday report that satellite imagery it examined suggests Ukrainian forces have crossed over to the east bank of the Oskol and Kupiansk, placing artillery there. The river, which flows south from Russia into Ukraine, had been a natural break in the newly emerged front line since Ukraine launched its push about a week ago. Russian forces are likely too weak to prevent further Ukrainian advances along the entire Oskol River if Ukrainian forces choose to resume offensive operations, the institute said. Putin gave a warning with a serious answer? Videos circulating online on Saturday indicated that Ukrainian forces are also continuing to take land in the country's embattled east. One video showed a Ukrainian soldier walking past a building, its roof destroyed, then pointing up over his shoulder at a colleague hanging the blue and yellow Ukrainian flag over a mobile phone tower. The soldier in the video identified the seized village as Dubrova, just northeast of the city of Slavyansk and southeast of the embattled city of Lyman in Ukraine's Donetsk region. Another online video showed two Ukrainian soldiers in what appeared to be a bell tower. A Ukrainian flag hung as a soldier said they had taken the village of Shcherov, just northeast of Slavyansk. Elsewhere in Ukraine, Russian forces continued to pound cities and villages with missile strikes and shelling.